definitely thankful.
Amen.
Definitely thankful to be there. Another thing to be thankful is having Rod reach out to me, and then now that I'm in this team and I'm able to grow my network and take my real estate business to the next level, and that I know is available for me. So very excited to be a sponge from all of you guys and share this journey too as well, with the network that I know is just going to continue to help me grow.
That's right, brother. All right, Devell.
Welcome, Devell.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Devell, tell them about that phone call you got from me. This guy calling, harassing you.
So Rod gave me a call. You guys are all in Stafford, I'm more than sure. Have you ever seen the signs, looking to buy or sell, call with Devell?
Yeah, it's up on the post.
Yeah, he got them all up and down.
Up there on that post.
Man, I had a ladder and middle of the night.
I can't reach that high. I go take it down. I can't reach that high, man.
I know. I had to do something to get everybody to stop from taking them. So I had to.
Who is this guy?
So he gave me a call and he wanted to sit down and talk about it. And as soon as he sat down and broke down EXP and just showed me the brand, it was a no-brainer to me at that point in time. So I wanted to make the switch as quick as possible so that I can continue to hit the ground running, because I do have I have 2 listing appointments this weekend, going on 3, pushing into Monday with another friend of a referral. So just staying busy. Those signs are doing their due diligence. All I have to do is talk to someone and they remember, and I've seen the sign, and it's an easy entrance to conversation.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Good stuff.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. I called Devell. I was like, man, I'm calling to complain about these signs because I'm a realtor and all of my clients are seeing these signs, and we started laughing. So but awesome. Welcome, Devell, man. We're glad to have you, brother. Get ready for an amazing ride. And these are all your brothers and sisters on this call, man. This is the family. This is the Dream Team family. Yeah. If you need to borrow the Maserati, call Tim Neal.
Just talk to my wife, man. Talk to my wife. She got the key.
Oh man, all right. Let's see here. Let's guys, I've got some awesome training for everybody this morning. Were there any more wins before we move, or any other guest on that anybody wanted to introduce before we?
Rod, I was given 6 leads for buyers.
Oh man, awesome.
So I'm gonna work those. They're just
congratulations.
Oh, I'm so happy. This seems to be a really good group I'm with. And the guy likes software. He likes software a lot. So I've got to learn like 3 or 4 new programs, but it seems like a good group. So I am just so blessed. I'm blessed to be with them. I'm blessed to be with you guys.
Awesome, Lisa. We're glad to have you, man.
Congratulations, Lisa.
Congratulations, Lisa.
Good. Hey, John Falana's on. Whenever John's on, man, I try to take advantage of. John Falana is our other icon agent. Good morning, John. Hey, John, not to put you on the spot, man, but I just always want to give you're the other icon agent on the team, man. You got any nuggets, anything you want to say to anybody this week, that they can implement? I just wanted to give you a minute.
Thanks, Rod. And I'm humbled. Actually, first I have a win. One of my listings that was supposed to come on the market next week, got a contract yesterday. Actually, was an unrepresented buyer. So I'm also going to be listing his house within the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations, John.
Awesome, man. That is awesome.
Wow. Thank you.
Hey, Rod.
So,
hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
Hey, John.
Oh, okay. So, nuggets. So, I think one that comes to mind will just be keeping a schedule, because for me that's just that's like the holy grail. Wake up at a certain time and go through my morning routine. There's another book that actually I would recommend, the Miracle Morning for real estate agents. That's actually, I first read the Miracle Morning. The author is Hal Elrod, I think that's his name.
Yeah, Hal
and
Elrod.
then right, and then someone else kind of rewrote the book just for real estate agents, and it kind of goes through some routines that you can go through in the morning. And you can always adapt it to your schedule if you don't have as much time. Like me personally, I don't have 1 hour to go through everything that they recommended in the book. But yeah, just going through that morning routine, and then also just kind of trying to keep your schedule as far as prospecting. That's always the biggest part, right? Making sure that prospecting is on your schedule. Try to do it for 2 hours, 4 days a week. That's always my goal. And that's really where the money is generated, because that's where you follow up with leads, generate new leads, and also just kind of put everything on paper after you talk to them, right? So you know if you need to follow up with them, or if you need to, or if they actually have turned into business. So yeah, just staying on schedule. That's really, really important.
That's awesome, John.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Tim, you had something, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, I always want to hear a nugget from John when he drops something. I don't have nothing to say. I'm just listening. Hey, but I got a guest on the line, Venus Williams. She's actually one of my cousins down in Texas. Introduced me to her. She's up in Chicago, just getting her license now, and she gonna be searching for a brokerage. And I know she might be traveling right now. I know she's on the plane, but I saw her on the line. Venus, you on the line? Just wanted to introduce you real quick.
Yes, I am.
Great to have you.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know how long I'll stay on because I'll have to get back to continuing with the traveling, but I'm glad to be here.
All right, we're glad to have you too. Welcome.
And if you stay on the line here, at 9 o'clock, we're gonna go into an EXP overview of our company, our brokerage. So that's we want to hear, listening on what we do here in the morning, how we can connect and collaborate. So absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, awesome. Welcome. Definitely. You're definitely in the right place, right time. And Tim Neal is one of our rock star agents as well on the team, cappers, multi-year cappers. So we're definitely fortunate to have him. And so you're definitely in good hands. So, all right.
I'll believe that. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Good. Welcome. All right, guys, I'm gonna shift over and share my screen here. We'll jump into some training, then we're gonna get everybody out of here. So let me share my screen. Let's see here. All right. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, guys, let's talk about value proposition. I saw this quote here recently by Elon Musk. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve. Anybody believe that? You get paid in direct proportion. Yeah. To the problems you solve, guys. So want to talk this morning about value proposition. What is your value proposition? And of course, guys, if you can just take some notes, maybe take a picture of these slides or something, but just do some jotting or writing down, maybe even after this call, but definitely take some notes, guys. Note takers are money makers. So what is your value proposition, and is it clear? So it's the first thing. This is kind of like an exercise that you can do after this call, but definitely we can discuss it and talk about it if anybody want to share, if they know what their value proposition is. Like, so who is your niche market? Like, who's your target market? It's the age bracket. Of course, a lot of times we cover people from all ranges, but for me, I'll say my niche is probably that 35 to probably 65, 35 to 65 range, maybe even 60, probably 60. I work with a lot of military. I work with a lot of luxury clients as well. I handle millennials every now and then, but my target is probably that 35 to 60 luxury, upper military, officer and CEO type, type clientele. What is your secret sauce? Have you thought about it? What is your secret sauce, guys? What makes you different? What makes you stand out from anybody else? All these realtors here in your marketplace in Atlanta, DC, Maryland, Virginia, wherever you are, what makes you stand out? What is your secret sauce? Anybody want to step out there and say, what is your secret sauce? What makes you different?
Daring to be different, going against the grain. I feel like that's one of the best things that I have for me is wanting more and not looking at, any level or any ceiling at what I'm doing. I ran into someone in the mall yesterday and a buddy of mine was like, hey, man, all your videos, you inspire me. You inspire me just by doing those videos. So that's not the first time I've heard that. So that's one of the small steps of, even if you don't want to do it, do it. Because if you don't do it, you got no feedback at all from it. So at least if you did it and you put that one step in front of the other, you can get feedback from that. You never know what you're gonna get from that. And I'm, like I told you 1,000 times, I'm a very strong believer of everything happens for a reason. So just make that movement, take that first step.
Awesome, DeVale. Yeah. Good. So
Hey, Rod, I think
yes, sir.
You're talking about secret sauce. I think my secret sauce is I have the ability to connect with people quick. Like I always say, I never met a stranger. It doesn't matter who you are. We can be at the gas pump, we can be in a store, we can be standing in the line. I'll say something that'll get somebody's attention, that'll be a conversation starter, and just kind of connect with them as they say something. Connect with them on something. It could be kids, it could be a sport, it could be, whatever. But I can connect with people, and then once we get into, talking, they start to feel comfortable with me pretty quick. That may not lead right to a transaction, but it starts kind of a relationship, or getting somebody that I can add to my base, that I can follow up with. But I'm good at, just breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Like you did with, calling them that night about the Exp Realty.
Yeah.
You call them up kind of in a joking manner, but that's what I do to people all the time. And my wife just looked at me crazy, like, I can't believe you just said that. But that's just my personality. She would never do what I do,
Absolutely. That same thing here, Tim. I think we both cut from the same cloth. That gift. It's a God-given gift to just be able to connect with people and establish rapport real quickly. Like I called up DeVale, getting grief about his signs, and now he's here, joined EXP. 5 days later, he's left his. So it's just establishing that rapport and adding value. That was one of the things that when DeVale and I met, I tried to add value to the conversation. I want to lead with value. What can I impart to him? What can I give him? What can I help him with in his business? We talked for DeVale probably about 45 minutes before we ever brought up EXP.
Yeah, it was definitely a conversation.
Yeah, he asked me at the end, but hey, so I see you with you at EXP. And so, I wanted to meet him to really sincerely add value to him. So what is unique about you and your service? What's unique? Anybody? What's unique about you and your service?
I think one of the things that makes me and my service unique is that I'm a problem solver, and I know how to connect things kind of quickly, and I make a point to always have current resources so that I can truly, help solve the problem. If I need an outside resource, I automatically have someone I can refer to pretty quickly. And many times people, selling and buying have an issue, and being able to, as I heard Chelsea Pham say, find the rock in their shoe and speak to that instead of speak to how much it's going to benefit them. Then once you're solving that issue for them, it makes it easier for them to trust you and want to work with you.
Yeah. That's awesome. Find the rock in their shoe. That's good, Pam. Yeah. Anybody else? What's unique about you and your service?
One for me would be very customer centric. That's always something that I put at the forefront to try to do what's best for my customers, my buyers, my sellers. And I guess the feedback that they always give also is like, oh wow, we've talked to a few agents, but it didn't feel like they gave us the kind of feedback that you gave us, and we're going to work with you. So especially the buyers. I mean, I've talked buyers out of buying houses, or even sellers out of listing their homes at the when they wanted to list their houses, or just things that they were supposed to do before getting the house ready for the market, just making sure that they're doing what's best for them. And it always helps with referrals as well, because they feel like they can trust you, and then from there they're able to basically refer you to their family and friends.
Oh, man, that's a huge one there, John. That's huge, brother. That's one of my characteristics too. That high integrity, guys. Your character, man. I like I said, I do the same thing, John. I talk people out. You sure you want to sell this house? How about we just rent it and make it your rental property? We don't need to sell this house. Why are we selling it? Make it a rental property. You know, you got to get to the point where you don't look at commission, guys. You're not concerned about what you're gonna make. There's a lot of bad realtors out there that only look at the money. How can I make a quick buck? Be willing to walk away. Be willing to like talk them out of it. No, not this house. We need to keep looking. I don't think this is the one, guys, because look at this busy road out here. You know, you want to be their third set of eyes. You want to be, I say I'm like the family member. I'm the realtor in the family. You know, consider me your realtor in the family. I'm going to be looking out for your best interests. If I think y'all shouldn't get this house, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to tell you, you know, I had to have a tough conversation with a client the other day, you know, about pricing. We're on the contract now, but before that, I was like, no, you know, he kept talking about, you know, he's at the end of a cul-de-sac, but you got a drop off in your yard. You know, your yard drops off. It's a big slope. I'm like, I had to have hard conversations with them. Sometimes you got to have hard conversations. And I let them know, guys, I want to tell you, I don't want to tell you just what you want to hear. I got to advise you. I got to give you truth about the market and stuff. So you got to have tough conversations. But yeah, that was good, John.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay. So guys, what value do you bring your clients that they can't get anywhere else? Anywhere else, guys? What value do you bring that they can't get anywhere else? You feel that they can't get anywhere else. Your feeling. Anybody? I see Sharice came off mute.
I think, Rod, you know, for me, I similar to what Pam said, but I just say I provide solutions, custom solutions. No two buyers are alike. So I customize my home buying experience to you. So it's not a one size fits all, but truly a unique selling proposition, whether it is a listing or a buyer. You know, we assess the needs of what you're looking for and then provide you a custom solution.
Ooh, I like that custom solution. Yeah, I love that. Guys, I hope y'all writing these things down, these notes, what you're hearing each other say, what, you know, our value propositions. Can you sell your services in 30 seconds or less? Can you do that, Natasha? Can you sell your service in 30 seconds or less? If I met you first time and you telling me, you handed me your business card, can you sell that value proposition 30 seconds or less?
That's something actually I've been working on. I was challenged to do, so I'm not there yet. I think I.
Okay. Anybody, can you sell your services? Besides,
I like
hey,
to think that I
here's
can.
my card.
Yeah, I like to think that I can. Going back to the previous question, you know, I like to make people feel like there's no pressure on them. Mm-hmm. So, you know, a lot of people come in, I can do this, I can do that, and that's all fine. But when I talk to people and trying to get their business, I like to make them feel like the pressure is off at the same time, you know, telling them, you know, letting them know that I can help them solve their problem. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, see where it goes.
I love that, Rodney. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm the no pressure guy. No pressure. Man, you buy it or we don't buy it. It's up to you. No pressure.
Yeah, you know, and especially when, you know, when it comes to pricing, Like I got a listing now is way overpriced, and I know it's not going to sell. But my client is one of those people that's really, you know, he can sell it or he cannot sell it. So I just let him know, hey,
yeah,
you understand that this is you're at a very high price point for this area. And he says, I do. I totally get it. I said, okay, well, hey, it'll sell either today or next year. So let's go with it. You know, and he understands that. And so I really alleviated the pressure off of him. And I definitely took it off of me because I already told him, hey, the house is way overpriced, but this is where you want it to be. So we're going to try it out, you know, and see how it goes. And whenever you tell me to lower it, we'll lower it. But just understand at this price point, it's not going to sell. And, you know, we just go with it.
Yep. Yep. That's good, Rodney. You mentioned that because, you know, you're letting him know up front, hey, want to make sure we know we're in agreement that it ain't me. I'm not the reason this house ain't selling. You're overpriced. So that's good. You articulated that to them. So it's kind of everybody's level set. They understand.
Yeah, expectations are set.
Yes, sir. He knows that the price of the house it ain't your lack of marketing or promoting the property or things like that. No, it's price.
I even like last weekend I had an open house for him, and we did it Friday and Saturday because he said he didn't want any traffic going through the house on Sunday, and I'm fine with that. And I said, hey, you know, Saturday as I was leaving, I called him up. I said, hey, we're done. I got a couple of people through here today. You know, it was pretty positive. Hey, can we do the same thing next weekend? He's like, well, you know what? I was thinking, I think this is a bit much for me. You don't have to do an open house. Hey, no problem. I'll just set the showing time schedule, which, you know, he works nights. So it's a real big challenge to get people through the house. And so the only times he's got available is Friday and Saturday. So there again, he's also limiting access to the house. So, you know, I've also told him, just so you understand, and I respect your work hours and you need to get your rest and everything, but with only being able to show the house on Friday and Saturday, you're also limiting the possibilities of getting a person in here that wants to buy it. So there again, I've alleviated the pressure off of me to sell the house. And I put the onus back on him, but there's still no pressure so that he understands that.
Wow. Yeah, that was a huge nugget there. I hope y'all was taking notice of that communication with sellers. What Rodney was saying, that is so critical. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Rodney, for sharing that. Yeah. And got a little bit off topic, but when you're a listing agent, guys, you get offers in, you know, if you're a newer agent, bounce that offer off somebody that's a little bit more experienced, that offer. So you want to make sure that you're protecting your sellers, that thing is ironclad. You're pushing back on all these contingencies. You really reviewing that offer and scrutinizing those contingencies in there. Because, you know, for example, I got a listing down in Stafford that's in Fredericksburg that's under contract right now. As is, no home inspection. They didn't want to do a home inspection, taking it as is. And now they're coming wanting $6,000 credit. It's not happening. So, you know, you want to be firm enough to have that conversation, knowing that I've removed all contingencies from you. You know, it wasn't an HOA, but if there was an HOA, I would have ordered them up front real quick. And so boom, as soon as we go under contract, boom, here are those HOA documents. You have 3 days to review them, and I'm removing that contingency. I'm chopping down your financing contingency. You're not getting 27, 28 days running that thing all the way to closing. You're getting 21 days if I give you that at all. And so you want to come from a place of, I guess, really strength. So I told that agent, you know, of course I consulted with my clients first, you know, how hard do you want me to push back? We're closing in like a week and a half. How hard do you want me to push back on this? Push back. We're not paying that. We're willing to go back on the market. Okay. So again, I had that conversation with them first to let me know how strong I can push back. And so I just was able to like be straight up with her, like, okay, you know, you guys can play games if you want, but your client's going to forfeit that $6,000 deposit. The same $6,000 he's trying to get, he's going to lose his deposit. So go back to your client and consult him that he can just get a home warranty. So you want to be able to have that type of conversation. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah, and I like that, Rod, because I had a similar situation like that where they didn't want to do a home inspection contingency, but then when they went through, they said, you know, we just doing it for information only inspection, and then they wanted like $5,000 in you know, credit. And I said, you know, my first one was like, nah, they're not getting anything. We go back on the market. I talked to my client and I said, hey, look, we can go back on the market, yada yada. But because when I listed their home, I asked them when we sat down and did the buyer's appointment, they said, I asked them how much did they think their house was worth. They said about $430. I said, I think I can get you about $490. They was like, really, Tim? I said, yeah, let's do it. We got him $490. So when the people pushed back with the $5,000, when I told him about it, he said, man, I ain't worried about that. We good. Give him the $5,000. We'll go with it. And see, but for me, I was ready to push back hard, but my clients was like, dude, we good. You got us way above and beyond what we thought we was gonna get anyway. Give him $5,000. We good. Let's go. I said, all right, cool. You know, so definitely consult with your clients because they may not want you to push back like that. So you just gotta, as long as you communicate whatever they want to do, that's what you want to make sure that happens.
Exactly. Communicate with them guys. Again, it ties back to that value proposition, knowing that, hey, you got strong negotiation skills. Rodney, you about to say something, sir?
Yeah, I was just going to second what Tim said. You know, you always want to make sure your seller or even your buyer is always in the driver's seat, because you don't want to make a decision that you think they were going to make.
Yes.
And you make it, and it's totally opposite of what they wanted to do. And so, you know, you can get yourself in some serious, serious situation, you know, in this, you know, you can't backtrack then, you know.
That's right.
So clients quick to say, you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did this because you said.
Right.
Woo! Well, that one cut. Watch out.
Yeah, always go back, guys. I always run it by my clients. Don't get that, you know, don't get that high and mighty where you just making decisions for them. No, I always run it by them. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, again, can you sell your services in 30 seconds? What's going to be that elevator speech? What's going to be that thing that makes them say, hey, I want to call, you know, I want to call DeVale. I want to call John, Marcella. I want to do business with you. So think about what's that elevator speech, that 30 seconds, you selling your value proposition to them, especially in a listing presentation. That's so important in listing presentations when you're sitting down with sellers, even referrals, guys, even referrals. I still come in with my value proposition. I may not have to work quite as hard as a cold listing appointment where I don't know them, but still referrals, I let them know. I kind of solidify and reinforce what the referral person said about me. Why, you know, this person, you know, Rod Obee is good. He's awesome. He sells houses. I come back and reinforce that to let them know my experience and what I'm going to bring to the table. So definitely on your listing appointments, you want to sell your value proposition. What makes you different? Because everybody's trying to go after that listing. So this is why you really got to take some time. This can be a deal breaker right here, or the difference that, you know, of their decision of hiring you versus another agent. What is your value proposition? What are you going to do different besides just put it in the MLS, put a sign out front? What makes you different? Everybody get that?
Yes.
Got it.
So what separates you from the crowd? Anybody want to jump out there and say what separates you from the crowd? Anybody, somebody we hadn't heard from, anybody, what separates you from the crowd? Anybody then?
I think going above and beyond. I mean, not just the selling part, but, you know, if they need an extra lender, we can't be there for the home inspection. Can you do it first? You know, stepping out of, you know, the comfort zones of just doing the ordinary real estate stuff.
Yeah.
Like say if they need a mover, get movers for them. provide all the contractors they may need, you know, and also stepping out if the husband's out of town, he's deployed, the wife needs somebody to go grocery shopping, you know, doing the extra stuff.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I usually tell people that I'm the face of a larger team of realtors, professional real estate agents. So they're not just getting me, they're getting a gang of people.
Yeah.
You know, and that usually and you can see their eyes kind of light up, you know, and they're like, how so? I said, I travel with a gang of people that's gonna help you sell your house.
Right.
You know,
EXP posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
I tell people that, you know,
Network. Who's that?
it ain't just me.
Yeah. Got a whole network. That's right. That's right.
Tribe called Dream Team.
Yeah. That's how we roll, guys. That's how you go into your listing for me. You tell me you got a whole team that's going to be marketing that property. It's not just going to be me, but it's everybody. They're going to be helping me find a buyer for your home. So you roll with a team. All right, guys. So yeah, anybody else? What makes you special? What makes you special? What makes you separate, stand out from the crowd? Anybody?
Yeah, what I do is I tell folks that I'm here because I want to be here, not because I need to be here. Some realtors are out, you know, trying to, you know, like you said, you know, they're out for the money. I'm not out for the money. I'm out to help people. You know, I've you know, served my country, I've served my state. Now I'm trying to, you know, serve the people in my neighborhood.
Wow.
And I also do this because I want to have something to pass on to my kids, you know, if they so choose, you know, down the road. But I'm really out, and what I tell clients is I'm really out just to help, you know, to help you. I said, you know, I told somebody, I said, you know, if I don't sell you a house, or you don't buy a house, you know, little Johnny's still going to get that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip for Christmas, you know. So, you know, I'm good either way. So, you know, but I'm just here to help you.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, guys, what are your personal characteristics? What are your personal of how you operate in the market? This doesn't make sense. What are your personal characteristics of how you behave in the market? Identify those. Like, what are your personal traits? What are some of your characteristics? Like we was talking about Tim, and myself, we're good at connecting with people. You know, what are some, you know, we're good at establishing rapport. You know, one of the best books I read years ago, guys, that really, it was a game changer for me, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you have not read that book, guys, I highly recommend get that audio, read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It teaches you the art of really establishing rapport with people quickly from different personality traits. If you haven't done so, do a DISC assessment, you know, a DISC personality trait, but find out what your character is. And, you know, and sometimes once you learn that, guys, I've kind of mastered the art of being able to establish rapport with anybody, you know, being able to not be so rigid, but if I come up with a different personality type, I recognize it and I adjust to it. So it's not like you have to be the same personality type as they do. You learn to adjust to those different personality types. If they're talking fast, I'm gonna speed up my language. If they're talking slow, I'm gonna slow down. You know, so you learn how to mirror and match. So read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Has anybody else read that book?
Yep, I'm listening to it again now.
Yeah, powerful. It teaches you how to establish rapport, guys, and that spills over to every area of your life. When you learn those skills, you can apply it everywhere that you go. I use it in church, dealing with people, with ministry, and talking to people about Christ and joining the church, and you know, it goes to every area that you can use, not just business, but it just helps you become a better person, more professional, more experienced person. Okay, how can you use your value proposition to grow your business, guys? How can you use this to grow your business? So think about, how can I use my value proposition to grow my business? You know, like kind of going back to that niche market. If I'm good with military, if I'm good with millennials, if I'm a luxury person, you know, think about how you can use your value proposition to grow your business. Here's some of the, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry. Okay, So
Okay, go ahead, Rod.
Okay,
I was
so
gonna say something.
yeah, go ahead, Tim.
Okay, well, one of the value propositions that I've kind of kicked into high gear here is as far as agent attraction on that side of the thing. The value proposition I have is that what over here in Exp Realty, we have a lot of tools that can help them with their business. So the way I present it is more or less that, you know, finding out about their business and then find out, like somebody said, the rock in your shoe, what challenge they have, and then letting them know, hey, we have resources over here that are free to you that you can step into our cloud office and take a look at. Maybe there's something over here that can help you with something that maybe that your business needs. And so my value proposition, not so much being about me, you know, yeah, I'm a resource that you can use as far as my network, because I always tell people I'm a networker. I always tell them that I'm an avid networker. I used to run network companies, things like that. But also on the real estate side, I've introduced people to our cloud environment that, hey, you can step in and get in some classes and things like that and learn some things that's going to help take your business to the next level. So being a conduit to get to our training platform is what I've been using lately as my value proposition in the agent attraction process.
Yeah.
And it works well too also with other agents too that you're connecting with as far as you know, just sharing some information, getting to have a better, you know, a good relationship with them, but just, you know, leading with value, leading with something to give them first, and then on the back end, being able to share, you know, what advantage would be for them to join Exp Realty, but just really leading with value up front. So
that's good. That's real good, Tim. Leading with value, guys. That's what it's all about. Hey, I wanted to welcome Estefan, Mr. Estefan from Texas. Wanted to welcome him on. He's new to EXP. He joined on a Connie Commodore down in Texas. So welcome, sir. I'm not sure if you can talk. Yeah, he's part of Dream Team, my group. Okay, he may not be able to talk, but wanted to welcome him. Okay, guys.
Welcome.
Excellent service. Here's some of the value proposition, guys. Excellent service. That's one of the things that one of the hallmarks of my my career, my business. I try to provide excellent customer service, just excellent service to get those referrals. That's why, you know, most of my business is referral. Just having care, guys, caring. You know, I've heard it throughout the call this morning, but just having that care, going above and beyond, like Linda said, just caring. You know, you find so many agents that just make it so transactional, but you really got to care about that individual, care about that person, just show care. I got some clients right now. We're one of the ones that's closing today. They're down in Jamaica right now, but I made sure everything was taken care of, guys. I made sure that they signed last week on the seller side. We signed, picked a title company with MBH, but it was closer to them. And had them arrange for them to sign all their documents so they can go and enjoy their vacation, you know. And, you know, I had to go, they're out of town, we're out of the country. So they wanted the termite inspection, but they didn't want no termite inspector coming into their house without them being there. He's a retired professional football player. He's got a lot of memorabilia, NFL player. So I had to go into that house. You know, I had to go and drive to do a termite inspection. Anybody, not too many realtors do that, right? Or have to do that because you just give them the lockbox code and they go in and do it. But that care, putting their mind at ease while they're on vacation, I went to the house to make sure nothing walks away. All this NFL footballs and all this, you know, championship trophies, all this stuff. So caring about your clients, going over and beyond, giving them updates, you know, about what's going on with the transaction. Just caring, guys, going over and above. Expert advice and consultation. You know, I provide expert advice, consultation, and guys, it may not, and again, get it off you. Remember, you got a team. You guys are on an icon team, so many experienced agents around it. You heard from Rodney, Tim, John, Jason, Pam, Joy. We got Natasha. We got so much experience in this group. So when you're saying, hey, expert advice and consultation, remember, you got support, you got help, you got a team. Like Rodney said, he rolled with a whole gang of folks. So expert in the loan buying process, the listing process, guys. Sit down, make an appointment to have lunch with a loan officer, learn everything that they know, learn that loan process, that pre-approval process, the underwriting process, get good at the listing process so you can communicate that. I'm an excellent communicator. Maybe you're bilingual, some other languages, work with many other cultures. That's a big one right there, guys. I have a lot of clients from different cultures, different religions, and I know Natasha, she's an international expert specialist. I forgot that title, but just being able to work with different people with different cultures, guys. And if that's your niche, knowledge of the market, your city, your county, town, community. I was talking to DeVale the other day and he's like, man, Stafford is I grew up here. I went to high school here. Stafford is my city. I own this town. That's his mentality, his mindset. He owns Stafford. So have that, for you, you're the mayor of your town. Nothing happens without you knowing about it. Own your city, own your county, own your neighborhood, your community. Does that make sense, y'all?
That's right.
Makes sense.
Expertise of the process. I provide a stress-free experience. I take all the blunt of it. Me and my transaction coordinator, we're doing all the heavy lifting, all these 100 emails going back and forth. My clients don't have the time, they don't even know all the craziness that's going on behind the scenes that we're blocking, we're shielding them from all that craziness. I got a deal, I got a house under contract right now, cash deal. And man, these jokers, we've been on the contract for 12 days and they just delivered the EMD, the $10,000 deposit yesterday. And so I was like, for days, I was trying to block him from that, but I said, no, I gotta let him in because I don't want this to come back by me. I gotta, I had to make that call and I said, Mr., I won't say his name, seller, that's like, hey, and this is, $700,000 house. I really hate to alarm you, but I feel obligated. This is just the way I operate and do business. I need to let you know what's going on. I got some red flags in this transaction. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but I want to, alert you and your wife that there's a couple of red flags. We got a cash offer and they still have not delivered this deposit. We have the deposit now, but also the proof of funds came in. And the only reason, because I know this agent, Trisha, she's a very experienced agent. She does probably, if she was at EXP, she would be definitely a high icon agent. She does a lot of deals and is very experienced, agent. So this is, it's the only reason I accepted this deal because the proof of funds is really in like an award letter. It was like millions of dollars proof of funds, but these, they come from money. This family comes from money. So my clients know all this, all that. Long story is, short, just, trying to have that stress-free experience. I try to shield them from it from days, but it comes a point where I had to kind of let them know and I kept them updated, but they appreciated me making that call. They say, Rod, thank you so much. No, and I said, I really didn't want to call you, alarm you. And it's like, no, we thank you. We appreciate you letting us know. So just keep us updated. So you just want to have those type of conversations with your client when it's needed. But for the most part.
Yeah, that's important because especially if, like I had that with my current listing. I had a red flag because, long story short, a week later they terminated, but I already had a backup order, a backup offer. I had reached out to some of the agents that wanted to put offers in there. And I told them, okay, let's get a backup in play. So that way, because I have a feeling that this is not going to go through because a week later they had not delivered the EMD. So that was just, something.
Absolutely.
And Rod, I have a young man that just joined. His name is Jordan. He is looking to go through real estate school right now. And
awesome.
He's coming on for the 9 o'clock overview.
Okay, awesome. Jordan, how you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Hey guys, we're gonna pick up on this value proposition on Monday. Is that good?
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's great.
Yeah, we're gonna transition over here. And again, if anybody would like to stay on for the presentation, you're welcome to. It is an abbreviated presentation from the Tuesday one, not quite as in depth as long as that one, but so if anybody would like to say on, anybody else have guests coming on that's gonna be joining us for the presentation?
Hey, I had a guest, but she had to drop off. She's flying right now, so she says she get to another place, she'll try to jump back on, but she may not make it. I'm not sure what her state is in the airport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, and if anybody's in the DMV area, you going to the Guy Island thing today?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I may try to, but I got a couple of things going today.
I'll be there, Tim.
Where is it gonna be?
It's gonna be at the same place, at the barn at Potomac Shores.
Okay, what time?
Yeah, 11:30 to 1. It's new construction. It's meeting with a new construction builder. So anybody who's in the DMV area want to know about some new construction, they're gonna be meeting with a new construction builder and be able to get some good tips, because that's a good way to go right now. Builders are starting to build more houses, and new construction is one of the easiest processes in real estate, I think. So
and Drees Homes is playing 3%. I'm just saying.
Ooh,
yeah, 3%.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay,
I'm about to close one on the 26th.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know if anyone else is in the Atlanta area besides Marcella and I on the call, but our broker is doing a broker open this morning in Griffin near me. Yay, on a $2.2 million house. So I'm heading out there at 11 to go. I'll be going live, y'all.
Nice.
Live.
Oh, I'm gonna go find a buyer for this $2.2 million house, sir. I was like, okay, let's do this.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Let's see here. Let me stop the recording right quick.